Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about Beyond the Villa, Season 1, Episode 2, with a little sprinkle of one in there. We're going to be reviewing both. I'm Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. So let's first kind of do like overall thoughts on the series. And some of you may not know, I never watched season 6, so I actually went back and watched the first like half of episode 1 because I just wanted to see like what was the intro package, what were the people like, and that was helpful. That was very helpful because it helped me to just kind of get a vibe of like, okay, this is just like our season 7 villa, folks, and they just made it out. So I guess I'll start with you. Like, what were your overall thoughts? Since you're a vet, I can get into my newbie thoughts afterwards. But what were your thoughts? You've seen season
Yeah,
6.
so in the first episode, and even really this one, I was kind of thinking, like, is Kaylor the main character? Which,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, cool if she is. I just think the whole desire for this after the Villa show was because of the love that was out there for PPG. And
Mm.
so I would just love to see them more. I would love to see them together more. So I think coming into these first two episodes, I'm just a little confused. Um,
Mm.
you know? So
Mm.
yeah.
I mean, that's interesting because it's like, so from my perspective, coming in as a new person, like I see like the show is entertaining. It seems entertaining because of Kayla or whatever. She seems to be like, I don't know. I may be making bad comparisons, but she seems to be like sort of the Huda of the season, like somebody who just lacks a little bit of self awareness, and is kind of like emotionally like I don't want to say
Charged,
unhinged, but
always emotionally
yeah,
charged.
yeah.
Yes.
She's nowhere near Huda like at all, but she seems to be like that kind of archetype. Like they cast her for that. And so it seems like she carries the drama of this season or this show. And I don't know much about PPG. I'm going to actually watch the show season 6. Like I was like, I'm intrigued, I'm gonna watch it, and hopefully that informs me a little bit more. But I liked it as overall, just as a newbie. I thought it was an entertaining show. There's certain people I like. I think Janae is hilarious. Like, and Kendall's funny too, like, you know what I'm saying, to me a little bit. And some of the drama between Kaylor and Liv is funny to me. You just like, it's interesting, it's entertaining. But I can see if this was like season 7 and it was like all centered around Huda, like I'd be like, what in the world, So
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
trying to compare
yeah.
that girl to Huda, but I'm just saying like, if it's not around the people that you love, I could see it being a little bit of a thing.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good read, especially if Kaylor, like it was the same way when they were in the villa, like her drama kind of took over certain parts of the season for sure. So when you go back and watch
Mm.
it, I'm sure you will have the same thoughts. She's
Mm-hmm,
younger. I don't know if she was the youngest her season. I think she is
mm-hmm.
though.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's just that naivety that's still there for her. She
Mm-hmm.
has some
Mm-hmm.
areas she needs to mature in. But yeah, I mean, overall the cast was a pretty good cast, and who they selected for the after show, I think it was a good, solid pick. There's a few people who aren't on there that, as you go
Mm-hmm.
back and watch, you'll be like, oh, they probably would have been good additions. But
Mm-hmm.
overall, like PPG, Kaylor, and Liv, in terms of the ladies on the show, they were like top 5 for sure.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, so do we want to get into like the friendships? We're going to split into like talk about the friendships and the friendship drama first, and then get into the relationships and the relationship drama second. But as far as friendship and all that good stuff, PPG. So I don't know as much about PPG as y'all do. Serena seems cool. Janae, like I said, she's funny. I laughed at her jokes, not even knowing her story in season 6, not knowing much, but I laughed at her stuff.
Yeah, she has good
Um,
sarcasm and good wit. She was like that too in the season. And actually, I don't know if you've been watching Destination X.
I saw that she was in there.
Yeah, she's in
He,
there. She's the same way. Just like the super
ah,
just dry witty humor where it's like you may
ah.
not, I'm sure like people like interacting with her. I wonder sometimes do they catch it? But yeah, she stayed with the little one-liners.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Her and then Liv was kind of funny too when she said something about Kendall being 5'10" in his Air Force ones or whatever she said.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, okay,
yeah.
okay, humor. Some folks got some humor in this cast. But yeah, PPG, did you feel like you saw enough of them or what? How'd you
It was
feel? I mean,
not
you said
enough
you
of.
didn't, but like, did
Yeah,
you
it
get?
wasn't enough of them. I'm here. I'm like I said, I'm here for PPG. Where they at? It seems like they're very busy though, which
Mm-hmm,
I'm very
mm-hmm,
happy to see that. It
mm-hmm,
seems like it was just even hard to get all three of them in the same room sometimes, especially with
mm-hmm,
their boyfriends. So
mm-hmm,
it's unfortunate in terms of the show, but I'm happy to see that they're busy. I'm happy to see that they still stick beside each other. Like
mm-hmm.
when Serena and Leah were like, "Yeah, no, we're probably not going to Connors." Just for the support of Janae, I was like, my girls, like that's how they were in the villa, and to see that
Uh-huh.
it's still been like that, and they still
Mm-hmm,
take care of each other
mm-hmm,
emotionally in that way, I thought, wow, like, because fame and stuff can do a lot to you as an individual, and so to see that
mm-hmm,
they've remained authentic and true to their friendships is good
mm-hmm.
to see. It warms
Well,
my
that's good.
heart.
Yeah, for me, I would say that like I did notice them, but I always was just like, oh, they out the drama. They not in the drama. They over here clocking the tea. They like doing their thing. So it feels like if they were in the show more, it'd be more drama for them, and then it wouldn't be like they wouldn't be able to keep their image if they were being as I guess entertaining as Kaylor. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is why, like, they're not in it as
Mhm.
much. Not
Mhm.
only that, but I just don't think they come with the same type of drama, right? Like, we're not going to see
Mhm.
them fight with each other, likely, you
Mhm.
know? I just don't see that
Yeah.
happening. Like, it would probably be a relationship type of thing if that were to happen. But
Mhm.
again, all three of them have been so tight with their partners.
Mhm.
They're a brand as PPG, they're a
Mhm.
brand as individuals, and then they're also a brand as
As their
themselves
couples.
and their relationship as their couples. So I
Yeah.
don't see them spoiling their bag because of no Beyond the
Uh,
Villa. And from what I
uh,
understood before filming even started, from some things that Leah was saying,
mhm.
they were very picky about who the producers were gonna be. I think like they said everybody who was in the villa with them, they were like, we don't want none of them. Like after the way that they were portrayed through their seasons. So
Oh,
yeah, I think they
really?
got to really like
Select
comb
their
through and
people.
be very
Yeah.
selective about who was in this experience with them.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I was like, rightfully so, good for them
Mhm.
because they
Mhm.
know like
Mhm.
yeah, we get the drama from Kayla, I'm sure, but they
Mhm.
probably also know like people are going to show up just in the beginning
Mhm.
regardless because it's
Mhm.
PPG.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Kaylor, do we want to get into the Kaylor and Liv situation? Because that was like the highlight for real of like or that seems to be the drama, the tension of each episode is kind of dropping off with them. Do you have any thoughts overall, knowing the situation as a whole, or should I go and give my novice opinion and then you give your expert? I don't know, but I'll leave that up to you.
That's funny. Maybe let's start with your novice
My novice.
opinion.
Okay, this is my novice opinion. Okay. This is what I think. I think that at first I was like, okay, Kayla, I can get like if I had a friend who had invited me, her man had a little big party for his birthday. She invited me. Then she said, we not doing it. And then I see the other friends there. I was like, okay, I could understand getting frustrated by that. But then it was just like, it just seemed like this might be you, Kaylor. Like, this might be you, and you might be frustrated and not communicating that well. She seemed like she went silent. And I think Liv was saying at some point, like, you brought that to me at a public forum. Like, why? You shouldn't have. You could have said it to me in private. And it did seem like that. So, like, ultimately, I'm on Liv's side about it. But I also recognize that Kayla might be clocking some shit, but she also may be just a lot and handling it wrongly. And so it's like, it's just messing the whole thing up. But for whatever reason, I don't trust Liv. I don't trust Liv. I don't know. I don't know if she's a fan favorite, but I don't trust her. But I also, like I said, I think Kayla's just a mess, but I don't trust that Liv has Kayla's
Yeah.
best interest at heart. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you pretty much on all fronts. I was
Mm.
definitely surprised by the camera situation. I was not. I mean, from Liv's perspective, she said, I shouldn't have put the business before our friendship. So I was like, okay, that sounds like accountability, but it's
Mm-hmm.
something possibly that Kayla is having like a gut feeling about that she
Mm-hmm.
cannot express that
Mm-hmm.
seems to keep reoccurring. Where now she feels like Liv just keeps going behind her back with certain things. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think it's like I do think Kayla's reaction is a bit it's big for what's going on for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Mm-hmm. For
Uh,
sure.
but I think, like she said at the end of the second episode, Liv is very aware of the trust issues that I have with individuals and like with people
Mm-hmm.
lying to me. And so it's really hard for me to have people in my life who will easily lie no matter what the reason is. And I feel like if Kayla just stuck with that instead of like compiling in all of these situations under the big lie, then possibly she can communicate a little bit more effectively. I also
Mm-hmm.
think it's a problem because you went months, right? Like she said, you apologized when it happened, you brought it up when it
Mm-hmm.
happened. I took accountability. I thought we moved on. Liv is thinking we moved on. Kayla is like, we
Mm-hmm.
have not moved on. I still have
Mm-hmm.
these feelings. And
Mm-hmm.
now she is making Liv responsible for these feelings that Kayla
Mm-hmm.
has. And we've talked about this in
Mm-hmm.
other shows. Like, Kayla, if this is your boundary, you don't want to be around people who are willing to lie to you, then just say that. Don't put on a front like everything is all good and gravy.
Mm-hmm.
And then when
Mm-hmm.
something else happens, now you're throwing
Mm-hmm.
it back in her, back in
Yeah.
their face because then it's not fair.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. I can definitely see where, you know, Liv is like, okay, girl, like let's move on. I can also see where Kaylor is coming from in this situation. I think from the past though, like
Mm-hmm.
based on Kaylor's just patterns of behaviors, it's
Mm-hmm.
hard to get behind her because
Mm-hmm.
her reactions are always so much. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
can we have an adult conversation about it? Like popping off on at her at the party, I felt like was
Mm-hmm.
unnecessary because
I
we're
agree.
just talking about a camera. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying like
Yeah.
it's just a camera. I understand somebody lied to you and it can
Mm-hmm.
feel like, wow, like I can't trust
Mm-hmm.
you whether big
Mm-hmm.
or small,
Or
but
small, yeah.
it was just it was a lot. And so I definitely understand where Liv is coming from with the whole like,
Mm-hmm.
girl, like in public no, like over something that I've already
Mm-hmm.
apologized. And now you talking about
Yeah.
makeup and
Yeah.
and my man's birthday. Like you are not entitled to
To
celebrate
his
my man's
party. Yeah.
birthday. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. I think that like she strikes me like the whole thing with them living together, it strikes me as like she's someone who just like dumps and dumps and dumps her love onto people, and then when people expects, because she dumps and dumps and dumps it, okay, we're now automatically besties, and like, we do all everything I do for you, you have to be willing to do for me. And it's like what we spoke about before in previous podcasts about reciprocity. Like you have to, even in friendships, you have to measure out the reciprocity. And it doesn't mean that somebody's a bad person, but you may know that like, okay, I can't pour in this much to them because they're only going to give me this much back unless I'm comfortable with just getting this much back and I pour that much. But for the most part, we want to have our relationships be reciprocal. But sometimes it's like they're reciprocal in some areas and not others. But yeah, like that whole thing with her, it was kind of a lot. And then it also made me feel like ultimately, like you can make the decision at some point to just be like, if you don't want to be around people who don't lie, then girl, I think you done highlighted that she a liar. You either gonna have to like say lie to me twice, or people who continue to lie. You gonna have to like make a caveat to what you're saying your deal breaker is, or either stick by your deal breaker and cut her to like an associate level or whatever. But yeah, it was a lot. It definitely was a lot. What do you think about her
Yeah.
friend though? Like, okay.
Yeah, before we get to the front, I do also just want to point out like Kaylor, she has a very codependent
She
interaction
gonna have to
style with
fix
people.
that. She
You
gonna
said
have to
what?
fix. I said she gonna have to
Yeah,
fix
she has to
that.
fix that, right? And so because Kaylor and Liv spent so much time together when Liv was
Mhm.
living with Kaylor, I
Mhm.
think Kaylor expects now that they're still moving together, walking the same
Mhm.
steps, and it's like
Mhm.
it's not gonna be like that forever. It was
Mhm.
convenient while you guys were living under the same
Mhm.
roof, right?
Mhm.
But Liv is also trying to establish her own life, like
Mhm.
whether or not she gets glam or you're getting a spray
Mhm.
tan, like y'all don't need to know the ins and outs of every single move. Those things were probably happening a lot together
Mm-hmm.
because you lived
Live
in the
together.
same
Yeah.
space, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
while they were living together, it probably was a lot of codependency going on.
Mm-hmm.
Liv is like, well, now I can separate the two because there's space, there's physical space. And Kaylor, she's seeming like she's not moving beyond that. She's like, no, we live together. We've been sisters. We've been under the same roof. And it's like, yeah, girl, but she also has her own life to live, and you have yours. She also doesn't seem to support the fact that Liv wants to be in a relationship. Kaylor was like, no, I wanted us to
Oh
have a hot girl
yeah.
summer. And,
Yeah, she did
stuff
say
like that
that.
can separate friends as well because it's like, are you
Mm-hmm.
supporting me
Mm-hmm.
or, are you not? And then we come to
Yeah.
the end of the second episode and find out she's talking to somebody anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah, the porta potty man.
Right. But yeah,
um,
so Kaylor's friend interaction.
mhm.
What was her name? Kaylee, something like that. What you think?
I didn't catch her name, but I know she was like, I was like, this is interesting. Her going over there talking to Liv. I was like, that was giving like, I don't know, what was that about? But like, or was that just me? I felt it was kind of odd. Like, this is your friend from your hometown. It seemed like, or way
Yeah,
back
it is.
when.
Yeah, I think it's like a
And so
childhood
it's like
friend.
she coming over there chatting with Liv. It's like, if y'all both not speaking, y'all both cannot speak a little bit. I don't know. Not to add
Yeah,
to
I
the
agree. Just
drama,
like
but
just like PPG, they said we are
yeah,
standing with Leah. Standing with
yeah,
Janae. So yeah, I definitely
uh,
get you there. It seems like they had a pretty established relationship, so maybe that's why
hmm
she felt the need to
to
step
talk to her.
in.
Yeah, yeah.
you know. And overall, I think Liv is like a pretty cool girl. Like I think like hanging out with her is probably
Mm,
a really good time.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Because she's witty, she has common sense. She's not about to be
mm-hmm.
on the dumb stuff. So
Really? Okay. Yeah, I gotta get to know her
yeah,
a little bit more because
yeah,
she was giving to me like the lie about the camera really did kind of make me think like, what is that about? Like,
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's like,
Well, that was her persona, like in the villa. I haven't followed her too much
uh,
after.
whether she was
But
like a liar.
no, I'm saying that like she's a cool person to be around. Like
Oh, that
she's
she's a
level
cool person to be around.
headed,
Okay.
things like
Okay.
that, right?
Okay.
Like
Okay. Okay.
she's somebody that you wouldn't that I feel like probably can make friends easily and then also
Easily
maintain
with.
her friendships. Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, the lie, yeah, I'm with you though. The lie definitely threw me off.
Ah,
What did you think about
yeah.
Janae's mediation session?
I did think that like Kaylor was like, why am I the only person who doesn't know about this? Like in her confessional. And I was like, was she the only person that I know? She was the only person that I know
Yeah,
she
she
was
only
coming.
knew. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, that is kind of like, it's interesting. I can see why they did it, but it is kind of interesting. It's like, it's a little unfair to her. So it's like, I don't think that everything is such a problem that Kayla is experiencing. I mean, I don't think that everything is as big as she's making it, but some of it, there's like a nugget of something in things. And it's not that I'm saying Janae did that to her on purpose or maliciously or anything like that. I mean that in the sense of like it's kind of unfortunate that she has to think of her thoughts on the fly in the moment, and Liv knew that she could prepare for this meetup.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think it's
I feel
because
like on that.
I thought potentially she didn't know because she unfollowed the girl on Instagram. She keeps saying she's over it, she's done with it. She doesn't want to, she wants to distance herself. So I figured that was the reason why Janae didn't tell her, but
I mean,
who
I know that's
knows?
the reason why. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
it's still a little unfair
Yeah.
that she doesn't get to develop, put her thoughts together,
Yeah.
except in the moment because she's kind of ambushed a little bit. But at the same time, I understand it. I just think that neither one of them should have known.
Yeah.
Like, I would have been like, both of y'all just come, because when you tell one friend, you don't tell the other. It's kind of like,
Whose side are
okay,
you on?
like,
Yeah.
yeah. But Liv and Kendall, they seem to have a friendship that was that the ones that folks were asking, like, are they a thing or what's going
Yeah,
on
it's
with
because
them?
they're always together. Once you go and
Mm,
watch the season, I don't see how people think Kendall and Liv are together.
mm,
Kendall is his own character for
mm-hmm,
sure. I
mm-hmm,
thought it was super. I feel like that moment when Kendall was standing there and Liv and Kayla's conversation, and Janae was like, "Get over here, like mind your business." I think that was a
mm-hmm.
great summation of who Kendall is. That was Kendall. 10 out of 10. Kendall ain't changed. Kendall in everybody's business. Always got something to say. Always
Really,
stirring the pot. That's how he was during the season. So,
really.
Yeah,
I wrote in my notes, I was like, he seemed like he ain't shit, but in a way that you can't be mad at him.
precisely, precisely.
But yeah, he's interesting. Connor and Aaron were also in here, and it's so funny. I remember Aaron when he said, "I'm the trade." I went back and watched the beginning, like I said, of season 6, and his opening package said he was on the Traders. I said, I know your face looked familiar for some reason. Traders UK. I was like, and he was not super smart to me in that season. And so I was like, I don't know what his story I wrapped up from all of it, or I surmised from all of it that he did something with some other woman and he was paired with Kaylor, and somehow at the end that came out before the reunion and she blasted him on the reunion. That's what I gathered was going on with
But also
with
he was
them.
just doing a lot of ain't shit stuff throughout the season.
Really?
It was very emotionally, it was very toxic. Like,
What? Not
yeah,
not the man who came up talking, I'm looking for a wife. I'm looking for a wife, woman
yeah.
who
It was
golden
a
retriever.
lot of back and forth. Kaylor, she did not have the best boundaries, and Aaron
Ah.
did not have enough respect for
Eesh,
Kaylor, but they
eesh,
just kept going back to each other. So
eesh.
it was a lot. They also moved very fast.
Mm.
So it was like it was a Hooded and Jeremiah situation without verbal abuse.
Yeah.
If I can recall,
Okay.
I don't think Kaylor was going around calling that man a bitch or nothing like that. But
Mhm. Mhm.
it was a lot. It was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it seemed like him and Connor are living together. Is that what I was gathering from this
No,
for
I
the two
think
months?
Connor has. I mean, I think Aaron has his own place. I think Connor was already living there, possibly.
But
I'm
I thought
not
he was
sure.
coming there for. He said he was living. He's going to be there for 2 months. I just thought they were connected or whatever because they seem to be always together. But I guess
Yeah.
that's their storyline. They're the single bros out here in the streets. Connor, I guess he has offended Janae throughout the season and at the reunion and in these interviews that they showed and stuff like that. And so he's an interesting. The Connor and Aaron, they don't add much to the show for me, but
Yeah,
they're
they
there.
don't. Yeah, they're there. Yeah. And the whole thing with Janae, I was actually surprised to see that she still, was upset
Mad at him.
about everything. And not surprised in a way where she's not entitled to feel
Mhm.
upset.
Mhm.
Uh, just surprised I didn't know this was something that was still in their dynamic and then also potentially impacting Connor and Kenny's
Mhm.
relationship. But I mean Connor, he said a lot of surprising things. I mean when it happened I was surprised when he was saying all
Mhm.
that he said. I was like,
Mhm.
he kind of low key made Janae seem like she was this pushy, aggressive, fake person. And as a black
Mhm.
woman, that shit just ain't it's not cool. So
Mhm. Mhm.
10 out
Mhm.
of 10 I stand with Janae.
Mhm. All right. Well, do we want to slip into the relationships and the relationship drama side of the episodes?
Yeah, Kaylor and Aaron, like I said, they had a very toxic place. I will say that conversation they had at the party, it did make me a little emotional. My period was coming at the time. But I was just
Why
like,
was it emotional?
it was because of Aaron. And like you could just tell this truly impacted Aaron like a lot. Like I was just surprised to see how much Aaron has grown.
Oh yeah,
Truly.
because this man been in the woods, like he's been out here.
Yes.
He is not dating. Like that's why I wrote down in my notes. I was like, something about this situation has made him reflect on life. He was
Yes.
like, I was in the woods, da 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 da. I didn't get emotional about it. Of course, I don't know the backstory or whatever, but I looked at it and I was like, Kaylor, girl, why you walk up to this man? You ain't have to walk up to him. You could have let this man be the man and come up to you, because she immediately was just like,
Just wanted to
like,
get right back into it. And it's like, girl, this man
right.
is not on this time. And that's why
Yeah.
I was so proud of him because he did not engage. He didn't engage.
Mm.
He said what he had to
Mhm.
say. It was just like, I think
Mhm.
we should keep it at this. We can be cordial. Her
Mhm.
asking him to come
Nope.
to her place. Like, even if you weren't trying to imply sex, it's just like, why? Why? You guys are
Mm,
talking right here, right now. There's nothing to clear up.
I
There's nothing to move
know.
forward. We are now in a cordial
Yeah.
space. We're in each other's lives because we're filming and doing this show. And when we see each other, we will say hello. That man ain't
Yeah.
been
No.
drinking. That man ain't been sleeping and talking to nobody. Let him be. Let him be.
Yeah, it looks like he did take the time to grow. I mean, I don't know what he was, just hearing your representation, but it sounded like he took the time to grow. And she doesn't seem like she has, to be honest. Like, because I don't see growth. Like, I don't know what she started, but where she is right now, it's like it's not showing like any elevation of like off the ground off the ground. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like it
Yeah,
just
you don't
seemed
know
like
where her
level one.
baseline is, but baby, her baseline ain't far from where she's at. I can tell you that
Okay.
right
Okay. Yeah,
now.
'cause that's you explaining it very well. Because I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to. I'm not. I'm
I get you,
trying.
I
But
get you, I get you. You don't know the girl, so you don't want to, say, you don't know what to compare it to.
yeah,
But I mean,
it's given level one.
within two
Yeah.
episodes, she has done exactly what she did on Love Island:
Okay.
yell, scream, have arguments, want to start arguments, be in the middle of the drama. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
no growing on her end. But like I said, kudos to. I was so proud of Aaron because I was afraid. I was
Mm.
like, all
Mm.
right, now Aaron better not be on no shit,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
he done bossed
Yeah.
up.
And I'm not sure why she thought like the ask him to her place thing would not come off as it definitely. I mean, it's not even would not. That's what you meant, girl. I'm like,
Yes, and she
it's
didn't even
like you
say
don't
like
invite
we can.
nobody to to your place unless
Right.
you think that it's if something popped off there, I'd be okay with it. Like that to me, like inviting somebody to your place, especially a man who you dated, it's an invitation of like not necessarily sex, but an
To do
invitation that I'm
private
open.
things in a private
Yes.
space.
I'm
Yes.
open to if things were to pop off in that way. Not necessarily saying that I want that, but if things were to pop off, it's
Yeah.
okay.
And even
Like,
if Kaylor didn't think like consciously this is what I'm doing, like
mm-hmm,
subconsciously, girl, you was trying to
mm-hmm,
manipulate a little bit and see, sometimes people do things in order to
mm-hmm,
get validation and just to see like, do
mm-hmm,
I still got it? Like, will you still play these
mm-hmm,
games
mm-hmm,
with me? So I'm
mm-hmm,
really happy that Aaron shut that down immediately.
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
also too, it's like you didn't say like, can we have a chat? Is there somewhere that you could suggest we could go? And with him saying possibly he don't know LA, so you say okay, maybe my place or whatever. Even that is still
Yeah,
suggestive. But at the end of the day,
yeah,
right? Like you said, you want to come see my place. Like so, the point wasn't to talk. Like you said, come
yeah.
see. Like there would be some interest in how you decorated it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, too much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anything else? You want to move into Kenny and Janae and like they're living separately. Like I was like,
Yeah.
that's the relationship. When you were talking about relationship tea earlier, I was like, that's an interesting thing to me. They're living right next door to each other. She seems to want to like, all right, ask Kenny. Ask
Mhm.
Kenny why we're not like, she seems to want to be moving a little bit forward and faster. And he seems to be like, this is a good pace where we're at.
Yes, but that is Janae. Okay, Janae was she was writing her wedding vows in the villa.
Oh, you're effing
Part
kidding me.
yeah, part of it is her personality. I think also too, when you're in a long distance relationship, because I'm in one, right? Like you
Mm-hmm.
do just want to know that somebody is making plans, and so
Mm-hmm.
I think if possibly she knew that, she may not be so like, let's do it like this and come live with
Mm-hmm.
me. And at the same time, Kenny, I think he comes from a conservative Hispanic household. I'm not 100% on that, but
Mm-hmm.
there are men out here who believe things are done in order, and the order
Mm-hmm.
is like, I will get engaged to you, we will get married, then we will live
Mm-hmm.
together, then we will have kids. And
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know how much of that is possibly playing into him taking it a little slower and not being ready to move in with her.
Interesting. But yeah, they seem cute and stuff. Like her when she was talking about what she said to him when she was like, you gonna buy him a drink or something like that when she was talking about
Oh
Connor
yeah.
and she was like, yeah. And she just that I was like, okay, homegirl is funny. That I think that was the scene that made me be like, oh, she's very funny. Um any other thoughts on them or any, commentary around
No,
their
no, just what I said earlier.
yeah.
Just happy to see that they're together and
Mm-hmm.
happy and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. Serena and Kordell, any thoughts on them? Like, My only thing when she brought up that cat, we gonna have to talk about that little cat because I also am definitely afraid of cats.
Are you
So
really?
yes,
They
girl.
are a
And
little creepy though. I ain't gonna lie.
I saw his cat on the TikTok, like, or Instagram, whatever the hell. I saw his cat on Instagram. That cat is big as hell. Like, that cat is a fat cat. He's not. He is a big ass cat. He a lion. Like, that's what the hell that thing is. He's a lion.
I'm so weak. Not the cat of lion, child.
He's huge. He's huge. I promise you. He was trying to give him a bath, and I was like,
OMG, I didn't
this
see
is
that.
the
I need to
cat.
go
I'd be
look.
scared of that cat too. Like I'm with her. Like I always said, I ain't trying to lose nobody, but if the devil was an animal, I think he'd be a cat. I'm so sorry.
Oh my
I
goodness. No,
really
cats are
do.
definitely they're unpredictable. That's
Yes.
the scary thing about them. But when she played back
Yes.
that story, I said, "Oh baby, I'd be done too." Like I can't even blame her. Like that is traumatic as hell. And cats, they claw.
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah.
she said it, I was envisioning it happening, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's worse: a motherfucker beating you to the ground and throwing you by your hair, or a cat clenching onto your head. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh, too through. Like, and cats are
Yeah.
quick too. That's the thing. Like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I'm around a cat, I need to see where the cat is at all times because like my whole thing with cats is that they used to like walk up on the back of the couch and like when my aunt she had a cat and I hated that. And it was just like they'll come up underneath you. They just scare you. They're trying to like, no,
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah, they rub up
nothing
on
you.
you and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they're too sneaky. I don't
Yeah.
like cats. So I
I
felt
said
her. I
props to
felt
her
her.
for trying though. She gonna try. That's all she can
Yeah.
do. That's all she
She was like,
can
"Where
do.
that cat gonna be when you be in Atlanta?" Where the cat? He was like, "My sister" or something. He said. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think he's like gonna? He said he's going to Atlanta. Cordell on the episode said he was filming a show, a TV series. I think in Atlanta. You think it's a TP production, a Tyler Perry
Oh, Tyler
production?
Perry, child.
Yeah,
If it is, I wouldn't be surprised. I'll say that. I
yeah.
wouldn't be surprised, especially for a month. Tyler Perry, he liked to whip stuff up in a weekend. So
Yeah, no, I can
I
see
would not.
that.
It
I can
has
see
not came
that.
out what he was working on. I know, like we said, Janae, she's on Destination X, and I think Rob, he's not on here. He might have some guest appearances, I think.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
but he is going to be on the Traitors, I believe.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good to know. Because I see his memes a lot. I see his memes a lot. And I could see that when I watch the opening package of season 6, like the first half of the episode, he's a repeat apparently from he was a Casa Boy in season 5 or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know
He
that
can't.
actually.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's what it seemed like they were saying. Maybe I got that wrong, but I
Huh.
thought that's what they were saying. Because he were like people recognized him or something. I already knew him or whatever. He was like this time doing it. I thought that's what he said. So, but yeah. Anything else about Serena and Kordell? They seem really cute. They seem very comfortable with each other. Like they seem like very chill. And Serena is so unserious. This is my first time getting to know her and her personality. I'm like, this girl is so unserious. Like
She's very unserious. Man, that is her through and through. Like, very
yeah.
unserious. Yeah, she's funny. She's funny. And she's always
Yeah.
laughing. They all are
Yeah.
all the time. I really enjoy watching them for real.
That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. Positive energy for sure. And then
Yeah.
there's Leah and Miguel. They seem to be, based on everybody's representation, the closest towards marriage. What were your thoughts on them in the episode? They had the horse situation and all her animals and stuff like that. 'Cause to be honest, they's a little boring to me.
Who, Leah
But
Miguel?
yeah. But
Yeah.
he's cute and she's cute. She's, they're like nice looking together.
Yeah. Miguel is funny. Leah is not. So she's just gonna
Mm,
laugh. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
But I think it's cute that they're always laughing together. I do think they are probably the closest to getting married. One, because Cordell seems like he's trying to get into his acting career, and we
Mhm.
see Kenny and Janae are, they're moving a little bit slower.
Mhm. Mhm.
But yeah, I enjoy watching their relationship. I think Leah, she said something like he healed something he didn't break. I thought that was really beautiful.
Mm.
To feel something like that, because you can heal in love, and I think that type of safety is beautiful when you're talking about a relationship and who you want to spend your life with. She is super, super, super in love with her animals, and she's very passionate about like animal activism and
Mm-hmm.
working with animals. So, and he's
Mm-hmm.
fallen right into it with no
Mm-hmm.
question. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, they seem like a really good match.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be cute. They'll probably do their wedding on the show if it continues, if it has a season two.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So do we want to switch to like this ain't quite this is a little romantic budding relationship. Well, I don't even know. What? I was on Kendall and his new date. Why he make that face?
Child, Kendall don't like black women. I said, why is Kendall playing, child? Why is Kendall playing? Please, please
Oh
cut it.
man. Oh
Kendall
man.
don't
He
like
Pepe. Is this Pepe?
this
What they teaching
is
over there? Cause he's Hispanic.
this, I don't know what Kendall is like. I don't know if he's black and white or Hispanic and black.
Oh yeah,
But
we can never tell.
can never tell. But Kendall, he don't like from Love Island. His interest was not necessarily on the black women.
Mhm.
I wouldn't say he's
Allegedly
a
don't
Pepe
like. It's
because I
like
think he likes more of a brunette.
okay.
But
Okay.
he definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. But yeah, the girl she was kind of throwing it on him a little bit. I will say that she was like, like I think that yeah, it's like you have a handsome face, like she was just throwing it, and he was like, I guess, yeah, you can get my number. Like she was throwing it.
Yeah, it was a
Um,
lot. It was.
yeah, I think she was from another season. Yeah,
Well, I couldn't catch it. I know a lot of people there were from other seasons,
were
so
from other
probably.
seasons. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't even know the Sally girl was from a season. Like it looked like she was from season
Oh
two
yeah,
or something.
Sally. She was. Yeah. She's up there. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Her, Justine.
Um,
Yeah.
all right, so that's the episode. Really, are there any closing thoughts or that things that we didn't touch on that you want to highlight here?
No, just a few funny moments.
Hmm.
When I already talked about Janae telling Kendall to get out of Kaylor and Liv's business, but
Mm.
when Aaron was talking to a girl, and I think Connor had brought it up, and Liv was like, "Don't act like it's a solar eclipse." That was funny. And then when Serena was like, "Ew," about Kaylor dating a guy, and then Leah like tugged her elbow at her.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought that was
the porta
funny.
potty guy you're talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah. I thought that was
Yeah.
funny. And another interesting thing was Aaron's comment about the segregation that has happened. Like, if you have 1 million followers, if you have 500,000 followers.
Mm.
I thought that was an
Mm.
interesting comment. Because I feel
Mm.
like everybody from that season who at least is on the show, I would think they're all beyond 1 million. So I thought that was
Mm.
interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. The one thing I did think that we didn't bring up with the Connor versus Sinead part of it that I did want to touch on is like I was like, what's with this Connor sitting here like he keep being like, oh, let me grab Kenny to talk about the Janae situation. I want to apologize. Well, obviously it's still something. She's right there. He was like, I'm gonna go. Why she right there? Like,
Yeah,
just get
just
her.
grab her.
Or
Yes.
he probably don't want to be embarrassed. He probably just know like that's ice cold right there. Like I might walk up to her and she might be like she did to Kenny when she was like, who?
Oh,
She might walk
yeah.
up and be like, no pictures and walk off.
Right.
So, but
Absolutely.
I was like, why he ain't gone up to her? He's had plenty of opportunities to readdress the situation. He keeps talking about, I don't know, I want to make it right. Like, bruh, just do it. I don't know, but
Hey, Janae said you gonna
yeah, no,
climb 1,000 mountains before you can ever get back over in this circle. Okay. She said
yeah,
you embarrass me publicly. I want a public apology, and she
yeah,
ain't wrong. Set the course.
yeah,
These people
yeah.
need to learn.
Yeah, he probably could have been able to. He probably could have serenaded her in the at the party and be like, "I
Yeah,
am sorry, I am sorry, I am sorry."
that's
Like
exactly
then she
what
was
she
like, "Okay,
wanted, and
that's
I want my
sufficient."
girl to get
Okay,
anything she wants.
but yeah, like I feel like at the end of the day, she just needs a proper apology, and then she'll probably let it go.
Yeah, I didn't read the
But
screenshot of the message that he DM'd her or whatever.
yeah.
And her her acting like she is. Was like, what DM? Like,
But she might not have checked it
yeah,
for
she
real,
might
because
not have.
like,
Yeah.
especially if it's somebody you don't follow, or like, because she seemed like she probably unfollowed him. Like that stuff. Like sometimes people message us on the page to get into chats, and I'm like, girl, sorry. 4 days ago, it's stuck in the request file. You know, they thought you
Yeah,
were a
very
bot. Like,
true.
so I
Yeah.
could see you somebody missing it, especially like a celebrity like her. I mean, like reality TV stars. That's what
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
But all right, it's a good series overall, so I'm excited to catch the next couple of episodes. I think it's entertaining on its own merit, and I can only imagine the folks who watch the show, watch that season, you know, it's even probably more entertaining for you all. So,
Yeah.
so yeah. All right,
All righty. Until next time, y'all, please hit that subscribe button, that notification bell so you can stay tuned, and we will see you next week for the next episode.
Yeah, all right. Bye.
Bye.